There is new high vibrational energy coming through onto this planet as part of this shift in consciousness. Humanity is evolving from 3D to 5D consciousness, but our bodies are not used to this new high vibrational energy. So our bodies are going to be taking in more light energy, but our bodies need time to upgrade and adjust to this new energy, resulting in ascension symptoms. So I'm going to run through some of these ascension symptoms, and if you have some of these, let me know in the comment section. You're obviously a chosen one because not everyone's awake at this point. So if you are awake and you're on this path, it means that you're one of the leaders of the pack. We're helping lead humanity into this shift in consciousness, which is pretty cool. So hey guys, I'm Laura and I make videos that will awaken your awareness. So we're going to jump into number 1, and that is physical discomfort, pains and aches. So our body, like I said before, is not used to this energy. So we have to upgrade and adjust, and that's part of the process, is physical discomfort, pains and aches. There are people that have even gone to doctors with these health issues and doctors can't find anything wrong with them. It's because of the shift in consciousness and this new high vibrational energy that is here. So if you're experiencing anything along those lines and you've already been to the doctor and there's no real cause for it, then that'll be why you're experiencing it. If you are experiencing physical aches and pains and you haven't been to the doctor and you feel like you need to go, still go and check it out just in case. But if they can't find anything wrong with you, you don't need to worry. It's part of this ascension process that we are going through. Now, number 2 is restless nights, intense, vivid dreams. I've been experiencing a lot of intense, vivid dreams, but also, I don't know about you, but I wake up feeling like I've been busy all night. So Dolores Cannon says that our souls don't need to rest. It's our bodies that need to rest at night. Our soul, our spirit leaves the body every single night when we sleep and goes off into the spirit world or other dimensions and realms to do other things. So sometimes we can be at work in our sleep. She talks about how there's some sort of grid around the earth and the grid got damaged. So there's grid workers who their soul, while they're sleeping, they go off and they're fixing this grid. So I find sometimes I wake up feeling like I've been busy all night, like I've been out doing something, you know what I mean? I don't really feel like I'm just waking up and feeling like I've had a good sleep and I'm rested. And another symptom is like waking up between 2 and 4 a.m. If that's happening to you a lot, that is another ascension symptom. That's happening to me a lot. I don't even know. It's been going on for a long time for me. Like, I can't even really put a time on it, but it's been over a year at least. Like, I'm constantly waking up between those hours. And they reckon that between those hours is when your higher self or spirit guides may be wanting to connect with you because they may have a message for you. So if you do find yourself waking up between those times, like quite often, just talk to your spirit guides and higher self and just ask if there's anything that they want you to know, if they have some sort of message for you, and just be open to it and see if anything comes through. Now the third one is short-term memory loss and feeling disoriented. So our minds, again, every part of us, including our minds, has to go through this upgrade. So that's why you might be experiencing short-term memory loss and feeling disoriented, like you don't know where you are or what you've been doing. It's just simply part of the upgrade process. So don't get too concerned about it. Number 4 is seeing angel numbers like 111, 222, 333, 444, so on like that, 1111. I have been seeing them a lot lately, like every time, like just before, it's like 12 o'clock now, just before I did this video, I saw 1111. Throughout my day, I'm constantly seeing 222, 333, 444. I've mentioned this in a couple of other videos, I've been seeing a lot of 44 lately, like whenever I'm looking at the time, 9:44, 10:44, 2:44, all throughout the same day, 44% on my phone. That's a really relevant number for me at the moment. Even like on my phone, it's like 333, that's the time, and then battery percentage, 33. I'm like, this is crazy. 9:44, battery percentage, 44%. I snapshot these, like I screenshot the photos. I'll add a photo on here so you can see what I mean. Because I screenshot them when I see them because I'm like, oh my God, this is crazy. So if you're experiencing that as part of the process of ascension, but it can also be your angels wanting to guide you in some sort of way or have some sort of message for you. They're trying to connect to you. And generally they'll try and connect to you if they know that you're open and aware to this sort of information as well. Number 5 is a yearning to go home. So we know that this isn't our real home. And sometimes our spirit just wants to, because this place is such a negative, heavy, dense place to be. Apparently it's one of the hardest, or if not the hardest place to go in the universe. And Dolores Cannon says that only the tough souls put their hands up to come here because of how difficult it is here, how it's really negative and dense, heavy energy. And so sometimes you may experiencing that your soul may be experiencing like just they're wanting to go back home, a yearning to go home. I've been feeling like that lately, just like, because there's a lot of negativity in the world. Like the situation that happened at the beginning of 2020, for example. Ever since that's happened, the world seemed a bit more crazy than usual, even though it was already crazy anyways. But that incident sparked a lot of awakenings, and I believe it is actually part of the process with the Great Awakening. It's playing its part by triggering. It triggered so many people to start waking up, and we needed that. We needed some sort of negative event to happen to like trigger these awakenings, because awakening doesn't come from like rainbows and flowers and unicorns. Awakenings generally come from like pain and struggle, which causes you to start going within and questioning more. And so, yeah, I know for a fact that situation that started at 2020 played its part in the Great Awakening, helping people wake up. But associated with all of that is a lot of negativity, like, you know, forced things like this, where your human rights are being breached, and I'm not going to go into too much detail about it. You know exactly what I'm talking about. But sometimes it's just like you're sick of just this negative stuff in the world, and it just makes you just want to get out of here and go home, you know? So if you're feeling like that, you're not alone. There's a lot of souls out here that do yearn to go home. But we have been sent here on a mission, and that mission is to lead humanity with this shift in consciousness. So number 6 is more sensitive to energy and emotions and feeling extreme emotions. You may be going through what they call what they call a purge. So it's where like these old beliefs are coming up to be released. These old stored emotions are coming up to be released. So you need to purge all these negative emotions out of your system. So that's part of the process. Again, upgrading emotionally, because we have to upgrade basically like physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, upgrading all these different aspects. So that's where you're going to be upgrading like emotionally by bringing up all these, you know, purging out all these like old belief systems and emotions, that have been stored in the body. Number 7 is you've outgrown relationships. I know this has happened with me, where you've woken up to the truth. You know that there's more to our reality than what we've been led to believe. And because you're awake, it's like you don't really resonate with your friends that are still asleep. You can't connect with them the same way anymore. Because once you wake up, you can't go back to sleep. You can't pretend you don't know what you know. I mean, you could try, but once you know, you know. So it's sort of like you just sort of notice that your relationships they no longer resonate with you, and you start having like a desire to find more like-minded people that's on this ascension journey. Number 8 is your ego will create problems. The reason the ego is going to create problems is because you don't need your ego in 5D. So it's going to start fighting to stay important. That's part of the ascension process, because in 3D we're all about our egos, we're all about ourselves, we're quite selfish, we don't have enough like compassion for others, it's like conditional love. But when you ascend to 5D, it's more based off, you know, living from the soul, not the ego. So your ego is going to try and create problems because it's fighting to stay important. And number 9 is diet changes. So I've noticed this within myself. I think part of it's because I started gymming and exercising, but even just going the healthy route is part of the ascension, because it's like the old way of being no longer resonates. Like even just eating junk food, you're like, your body, you feel it in your body that your body doesn't want this food anymore, right? And so you start eating more healthier because you're listening to your body and what it wants. The other thing is Dolores Cannon talked about we have diet changes where we're going to start eating more lighter meals instead of heavy meals. I think our eating's not really, most people's eating's not really healthy. I'm not going to say everyone, but you know, a lot of heavy meals, a lot of overeating, a lot of processed food or junk foods. And we need to have a diet that's more plant-based. You can eat meat. I'm not saying to ditch meat. But Dolores Cannon did say that we're going to be eating less red meat because it is a heavier meat. But she did mention like still eating chicken and seafood being lighter meats. She talked about having more smoothies, lighter meals that are easier on the stomach. She talked about, you know, more like salads and more plant-based and healthy, but just lighter meals in general. And yeah, I noticed that within myself just over time. It's like as I've grown, because I do listen to my body and I can tell when I eat something, whether it be processed food or like just sugary food, like junk food, I just don't really like it the same. Even after I eat it, I just feel like, why did I do that? Why did I eat that? It wasn't satisfying like you thought it was, because your body sort of starts telling you it doesn't want this food anymore. And then I've noticed I'm more drawn to like fruits and veggies. I'm like, oh my God, fruit is like nature's candy, you know? So I've been eating a lot more plant-based and smoothies, but I still eat my meat. But I even naturally just cut down on red meat and eat more chicken. And when I read it in Dolores's book, that's part of the diet changes. I was like, it's interesting how my diet's naturally just gone the same way that she's described over time. So yeah, so that's definitely another one. Diet changes, you just start noticing your body doesn't want that food anymore, and you start being more mindful about what sort of food your body is wanting. And yeah, so those are the 9 Ascension symptoms, the main ones that I ran through. If you're experiencing any of these, let me know in the comment section. Would love to know. I'm pretty much experiencing all of them. Yeah, going through all of it, but it's all good. It's just part of the process. Remember, your soul put its hand up to be here during this time. This is such a massive event that's happening in the universe, like, because we're not just evolving consciously, the whole planet Earth is going to shift to a different dimension. And this is something that has never happened before in the universe, so it's such a massive event. But it has to happen because basically, long story short, humans were going the wrong way. They're going very negatively, down a negative path that could have caused a lot of destruction and problems, not just on our planet, but in the overall universe. And this is why this needs to happen. Like, otherwise we could have potentially destroyed the universe. Good old humans. So so this is all part of the Great Awakening, the shift in consciousness, the planet completely shifting to a different dimension. Your soul wanted to be here. It's such a massive thing to be a part of that there are souls. There's apparently a waiting list for souls to get in on planet Earth, just so they can say that they were here during this time, just so that they can say that they experienced it. Some souls have been told, like, well, you can come in as a kid, but you're going to die at the age of 4. They're like, I don't care, that's all good. I just want to say that I've been here. Like, it's such a massive event. So if you're one of these people that are woken up, you're on the ascension path, you're a chosen one, that is amazing. That's such an honor to be in that position. So embrace it. It might be, there might be difficult times, like you're purging your emotions and things like that, but just remember it's all part of the process, and you signed up, you put your hand up to be here during this time. I hope you like this video, guys. If you did, just give me a thumbs up. Let me know in the comment section if you're experiencing these ascension symptoms, and if you like this sort of content, then subscribe and hit the bell notification, because I make daily videos on my channel. So I hope I see you on the next one. Peace.